We're good? We're live? All right, everyone. Welcome back to the Community Roundtable here in the Gumdolph Kingdom. My name is Wild Paparazzi, joined always by our gracious host, Gumdolph the Grey. What is up, Vinny?
Not much, man. How are you?
Vinny, we are back with another week's Community Roundtable. For those of you who are joining us and have never watched this before, it is a podcast-esque style show where we play fighting games and talk about fighting game-related topics with members of the community. Before I get into our guests, though, just want to thank our sponsors, Junk Food Custom Arcades. Pretty excited that they are continuing to sponsor us. If you guys haven't checked out Junk Food Custom Arcades, please do so. Syracuse Sucker Punch, as always, you gotta take the shout out to the Godfather of the FGC, DJ Silence Kenyon, and then of course, Microgame Play and Trade. So, Vinny, there's the intro. Can you introduce our guests tonight in the community roundtable?
So tonight we have two guests tonight. First up, a long-awaited member to come in. We have B-Man. B-Man, what's up, brother?
What up? Rick was like, you got sponsors? I was like, oh shit. But thank you for having me. It's a long time coming, and I'm super excited to be on the show.
Then our second guest is a newer member to the community. We have Samba tonight. Samba, how are you, my friend?
Never been better. Glad to be here.
Appreciate you both joining in.
Oh, thank you for having us.
Oh yeah. Alright, so the lobby, as everybody in the Discord has seen, the lobby is open. The password is there. Rick will put up a PlayStation. There will be a PlayStation lobby as well.
Yep. It's up.
So, the first question I have for you two, like everyone else, is what's the first fighting game you guys ever played?
Ooh.
Okay.
Do you want to go first, Samba?
Sure. I don't know if you guys count this. It depends on the person, but it was Smash Brawl.
Yep, it counts.
That counts?
I count it.
Counts.
I count it.
It was my favorite thing ever. I couldn't put that down. I didn't have the game for the longest time, but I'd always pull up to my friend's house and play it. It was the thing I looked forward to every weekend as a kid. Loved it.
Follow-up question to the Smash Brothers Brawl favorite first fighting game. What control style did you play? I'm always curious about this.
I think I was Nunchuck.
Nunchuck?
Really?
I think it
Wow.
depended where I was. I know when I got the game myself, I played horizontal Wii mode.
Wow. Okay.
But when Smash 4 came around, I was all about the, GameCube, the tryhard stuff.
Very
Then I
cool.
just started hopping on Anther's ladder and whatnot, trying to actually win and stuff.
I feel like the nunchuck is a very underrated control scheme.
Oh,
in
yeah.
Brawl.
It ain't that bad.
Very cool. B-Man, what about you? First fighting game.
That's a really good question. I feel like somewhere in my past there is a first game that I played and I was like, man, this is kind of cool when they punch and kick each other. But I have I feel like I have several first fighting games that kind of just blend in together. But I think the one that sticks out to me the most as like the first game I was like, whoa, fighting games? Tekken 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember playing it on PlayStation 1. It was just happened upon it, and I was like, whoa, this dude with the spiky hair, he does like electric punches. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I'll say Tekken 3.
Huh?
Iconic game, actually.
It's a very good game too. Still
Oh, yeah.
stands up to like the test of time, dude. It's still a fun game to play.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the beauty of Tekken. You know what I mean? Is you could pretty much go back to a majority of these games and still have fun, and the game translates very well. So like what works in certain games also works in other games. So it's like not a huge learning curve when you go to the new installment. So follow-up question then: are you excited for Tekken 8?
Absolutely. Oh boy. So I was busy when the announcement or the what is it, the state of play was happening. So I came out of what I was doing, and all I saw was Tekken 8, and I was losing my mind. I was so pumped. I am so excited for the new installment. It looks great. There is a couple things I have my fingers crossed for, and I hope Harada and his team have been listening to the community about what we want for Tekken 8. But boy, I'm so pumped. I'm so excited.
And I can't wait to ask you more questions about Tekken 8. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. All right, but so what's the fighting game that got you into fighting games? What's the game that truly started it all?
Okay. You guys ever play Mortal Kombat Armageddon?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
That game is some garbage, but
Yeah.
boy, is it? It's silly. It's got like every single character that's ever been in Mortal Kombat, but the fact that they all have like little unique things, and I'm like, wow, you can spend so much time just learning one character. You can spend like months just finding the intricacies of one character. And I just realized how cool that was, and I just kept getting into more fighting games after that.
What, did you play on the Wii?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I was a wee kid.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Armageddon. That was one I played very minimally. I love Deadly Alliance. Deception. Deception's probably the best of the 3D, and that was the one I didn't play at all, just because I never had it. I played Armageddon, and man, motor combat, pretty sick.
Agreed. What about you, B-Man?
So I feel like I have a weird trajectory with fighting games. So I always played them super casually. I had a Dreamcast when I was growing up, and my uncle would always just burn games for me because it was so easy to just download games and fucking burn them to a disc. And I got exposed to like a lot of the Capcom stuff, like Third Strike and whatnot. And I remember there was one day where must have, I don't know, skipped school or something. And I was in my mom's bedroom grinding out how to do DPs on a Dreamcast controller. So I always kind of had an interest in fighting games. Oh yeah, it was not easy. I don't know how I managed to do it. But I didn't really get into like competitive fighting game, like trying to learn these things competitively until like my friends in high school were playing Melee. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'll try to play competitive Melee.
Mm-hmm.
Did not like it, so I was like, maybe go back to Street Fighter. And I was just mashing buttons here and there. And it kind of it led me to where I am now, where I'm like, oh, I know how to play Tekken. I know how to play the game. Let me try to now play competitively. So I guess you could say it started with Melee, like competing in fighting games. It started with Melee.
That's fair. And you know what? Most people will say, like, there's the argument, is Smash a fighting game? And I will absolutely agree that it is, because you watch high-level competitive Smash, even like Melee. Like, I think a lot of people would say Melee is like the creme de la creme of Smash there, right? As far as competitive play.
Yeah.
And like just seeing what these guys are doing as far as like edge guarding and then like jumping off the stage and knocking people back down and like their combos and stuff like that, I will absolutely agree that it is 100% a fighting game. Now, do I necessarily agree with smashing your controllers when you get upset? No. But do I love watching it? For sure.
And that's a game that totally stood the test of time. That game's been
Absolutely.
20 years, maybe? 2009?
I mean, listen, it's got more content than most modern fighting games, so...
And you know what? Shout out to Nintendo for making you unlock your own characters.
Oh,
yeah.
How exciting was that as a kid, right? It's like, all right, I start out with a roster of like 10, and then as I continue to play, oh man, I got a new character, and new challengers approaching. Oh, sweet.
Yeah,
Fucking
there's
Falcon,
really...
awesome.
There's something, I think, to be said about the element of like surprise and like treating it as it's a video game, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's like a competitive scene for a lot of these games, but I think sometimes the casual aspect of it gets pushed aside when really the casual market is the one carrying or not carrying, allowing us to play these games competitively, if that you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, 100% agree.
Thanks for the sub, Hanan.
Hanan with the sub.
Let's dive into one of the tougher questions. So, who's your favorite fighting game character of all time?
Oh boy.
Any fighting game, any iteration.
I think B-Man can go first on that one. I got to think a bit.
Oh man.
See, this is a tough one.
Oof. Damn.
Piffy says DBC Broly. That's a good answer. DBC Broly.
I was, I was just thinking that. DBS
Damn.
Brilliant Fighters. Ridiculously fun. Just got into Fighters recently. That game is so fun. I cannot put it down.
Who's your team in fighters?
Okay, little unorthodox. We got Cell, DBS Broly, and Super Baby 2.
Okay.
Not in that order. I got Broly on anchor. Little unorthodox, but we're making it work. We're running the ladder. It's fun.
Beefy boys.
Oh yeah, I've always. It's probably gonna be one of the favorite of all time. Just gotta think about it.
To the chat, I'll say it early. I don't know if I turned all the mods off, so there's gonna be some crazy shit probably if you pick certain characters. I'm sorry, but not sorry. Deal with it. The Hank Hill round call is still on, so that's how I know I didn't turn him off.
I'm gonna kick your
I'm
ass.
gonna kick your ass.
So this is a tough question, you know? Because
Yeah, sorry.
I think a lot of people they play a lot of fighting games, and to pick your favorite character of all time, it's got to be tough. It could
Wait, how did I
be.
just win?
He killed himself with
Sorry.
a bomb.
I've never seen that before. Okay, sorry. Continue.
No, it could be like you like the way they look, you like the way they play, you just love this character. Wish they were in every fighting game.
I guess the only thing that comes to mind right now is he specifically Tekken 6 Bob, because he was an actual menace in that game, and he was the first character I picked up in Tekken 7. And I wish I had T6 Bob in Tekken 7. But
You heard it here first, guys.
only for me though, only me.
Wait,
but yeah.
was T6 Bob, was he skinny or was he fat?
No, he's big boy.
All right, okay.
I guess I would say Bob, because I really like the fact that he is a big boy, and he kicks ass, and they don't treat his weight like a joke. It's like he is just a big boy who's got speed and weight, and he does electrics and wave dashes. Or I feel like a lot of the time that archetype is like played for laughs. And I thought like it was just like one of the first games that I seen where it was just like, yeah, he's just a big boy. So I would say Bob. I really like Bob.
He's got that big boy energy.
Yeah, he's just like this dude doing wild shit on screen, and he's just a big boy.
It's the first time we've heard Bob as a favorite character on the community roundtable. It's okay though. That's why we do this, because you never know. You might find some extra, Bob, appreciate us in the community. So,
Absolutely.
how about you, Samba?
I've thought about it a little bit. I got a toss up between Boom Hey Human from Xrd.
Ooh.
I can't play him. For some reason, I just suck at him. But watching him is the most fun ever. I think that he has some of the coolest just boobs. Well, I guess she is a little girl in there, but
That's like a little girl in a mech.
whatever they are, it's very entertaining. I love the puppeteer, Hadouken, the bouncing off the walls 3 times in a row, everything about him. But on the entire opposite side of the spectrum, I got to go Super Baby 2 from Fighters.
Oh.
The way he manipulates projectiles and bounces you back into him, the crazy loops he can do, just turning into an ape to kill you. Everything about that character. I've been playing that character religiously for like maybe a month now.
Sick.
I just have been learning a new thing every day, and it's been a really cool experience.
Sick.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Two really good answers on both of those.
Well, who do you like more?
Vinny, you always do this.
Probably, well, because I actually play him probably baby.
Okay. I have to ask.
I would have said Leo White thing.
I have to do it every time.
Oh, Leo.
Oh yeah.
Leo Whitefang from Xrd and Rev 2. My favorite character of all time. From Strive?
I just can't get with him in Xrd. I don't know what it is.
Oh man, that was my character.
a little bit too gorilla in that game for me, I guess.
Oh, loved it. Let me just ape out.
Fucking menace to deal with.
Let me just ape out.
Had a lot of good matches. Alright. Jump into the next super hard question. What's your favorite fighting game of all time?
Oh, oh no! Why are you doing this to me?
We're starting this off a little early because I know Rick has a ton of questions in his arsenal that he'd like to ask.
Okay, okay. Man, my favorite fighting game of all time.
All time. Any platform, any version, any title.
This is a game that, you know what, somebody brings it to a local and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna play it. Or you're just trying to keep it alive, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to get people interested.
Oh boy. Damn. I guess I'm gonna go with my gut. And I'll say probably my favorite game, like fighting game of all time, is I would say Super Turbo, like Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. It's just like such a classic game. It's a game that still has a competitive scene to this day. It's still being like developed in terms of like, you know, meta and like strategy. It's very degenerate. It's very dumb. It can be very stupid at like higher levels, but I think that's just what makes it so special. And I don't know, they got it. They figured it out after Street Fighter 1, and I think, you know, it's to thank for every other fighting game that's come after, you know. So yeah, I would say Super Turbo.
Okay, I respect it.
Follow-up question to that.
Yes.
Which character do you play in Super Turbo?
I'm just a basic bitch. I just play Ryu. I do want to play like one of the more cheaper characters at some point, like Rog or Vega. But just I just usually play like Ryu and Guile.
That's fair.
I love Fireball Wars in that game because that is just like that's just pure fighting game right there. You're just throwing fireballs, you're zoning, you're gonna see who's jump, you're gonna see who's gonna jump, who's gonna DP, who's gonna anti-air you, are you gonna, you know, how are you gonna respond? It's just like very like distilled fighting game gameplay, and it's great.
I like that. Distilled fighting game gameplay. It's a beautiful way to describe it. It's as pure as you can get.
Yeah, it's fun. It's still fun. It's still a great place to go and learn fighting games. You know, if you just want to try something, like that's not a bad place to learn your like fighting game fundamentals. And the gameplay still holds up. We base our like all these fighting games on Street Fighter 2 Super Turbo. So it's just a game that will stand the test of time, and it's just great. I love that game.
Man, a very loving statement on that. That you can just tell you got a lot of passion with it, and I love that.
I do love me some Super Turbo, even though I suck at it, but I love it.
All right, Sava, what about you? Favorite fighting game of all time?
Okay, I feel a little guilty about saying this one because I've not put in nearly as much hours as I probably should have in it. Because I think it's just such a cool game, but I really hardly play it. I gotta say Marvel 3.
Ooh, good answer. What version of Marvel 3? Vanilla or Ultimate?
Ultimate.
Ultimate? Okay.
Nice.
Actually, that's the only one I've played, I gotta be honest.
Alright, fair enough. Vanilla was even more broken.
That's true. Virgil's a problem, but it's
I
just
really. Sorry, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I mean, the
No.
two fighters and stuff. That's probably why I love fighters so much. Everything
Go
in
ahead.
that game is so fast. It's so entertaining to watch. I love games that are just really fun to watch, and that's one of them for sure.
B-Man, you were going to say something?
Yeah, just speaking about Marvel, I would really love to learn how to play MVC2. But man, the 3v, I would appreciate it because 3v3 fighting games are so intimidating, especially like Marvel. It's a game I have a lot of respect for, but man, is it intimidating.
It's my favorite fighting game of all time, so.
Nice. Yeah,
That game.
just some of the clips I've seen from that game it looks like so much fun. But man, I'm just scared to like dip my toe in because it seems like it's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the same
It is.
way.
It comes down to the characters you want to play, but I can see why it's intimidating to a lot of people. I get it.
Samba, what team did you play in UMZ 3?
It's been a while. I know I rocked Wolverine. And I've played the eyeball. What is his name?
Oh, fucking
Gorath?
Shuma, yeah, Shuma Gorath.
Gorath, yeah. I played Shuma Gorath, Wolverine, and I think Hulk, because I always have to grapple.
Solid.
It's been a minute though. Maybe like at least a year.
Let me ask you this follow-up question. If you had to try and convince somebody to play Marvel 3, how would you sell it to them in 3 sentences?
Sentences, not words.
Yeah, 3 sentences. Let's do. You know what? Let's do 3. Yeah, let's do sentences.
Okay.
Give me 3 sentences why I should play Marvel 3.
Do you like movies?
I do.
Okay. Do you really like movies?
Fuck yeah, I do.
This guy just actually sent out 7 bombs. I got incredibly distracted.
That's. I saw it.
All right, 3 sentences right there. Do you like movies? Do you really like movies? And this guy just sent out 3 bombs. Okay, I'm convinced. I'm playing Marvel 3.
I mean, to be fair, is that not just Marvel?
It is.
That fits better than I actually initially thought. Yeah.
Do you
I
like
like
long
Spider-Man.
combos? Do you like absurd damage? Play fucking Marvel 3.
Do you like getting hit where you think you shouldn't have gotten hit? Oh boy, do I have the game for you.
Do you like comic books? Do you like Iron Man fighting Wolverine? Do you like cool ass graphics? Then boy, do I have a game for you.
Capcom, where's my money?
Yeah, I need info
Irem.
right now.
I think I would also, if I had to add a 4th sentence, I would add just Deadpool level 3 super.
God, man,
I would have just added.
so good.
Were you disappointed with Marvel Infinite?
Hey, let me tell you, there's another game that came out before it. It's pretty good. And look, isn't the community putting new characters into that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have
That's
most of them installed
insane.
now. I figured out how to install them.
That's so cool. I see.
Still
That's
working on them, man. Like they're trying
that's
to put.
another thing.
They found files that Juri was supposed to be in the game, and they're trying to like make it work.
Oh wow, that's
So
so
there was a
cool.
full character made, and they never used her.
That's for Marvel 3, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ultimate Marvel 3.
Can I
like-
just? Sorry, can I just go on a tangent really quick?
Sure.
Sure can.
I love one of the reasons why I love the fighting game community in general is that there's so much passion for these games that people will continue to add new content in some cases to these games and just keep these games fresh and the competition going. I think that's so beautiful and I love that about the fighting game community.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that. The fact that this game is... God, when did it come out? It had to come out in like 2011, right? 2012?
Somewhere around there. 11,
The fact
I
that
think.
this game is 10 plus years old and people are still adding new content to it. It's wild.
So it's great. I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. All right, Rick. I'll let you take the wheel for a few questions here.
So, speaking of Marvel 3, is there a game that you've always appreciated, but you've never put any time into, that you always were like, you know what, I should really go back and learn that game? What game is that and why?
Yes, actually. Oh, if you have a, please go first because Skullgirls is a game, but it's not my answer.
Skullgirls?
Skullgirls indeed.
I heard
Right.
bonus points.
You're getting bonus Vinny points right now.
Bonus points. You said the magic word, friend.
I don't understand a thing about that game.
Most
I
people
tried
don't.
tried playing a chair guy. What's his face? Chair
Oh,
guy?
Beowulf.
Beowulf.
Played Beowulf, and I got the game because Big Band funny.
I love Big Bang.
Two girls on Steam get Skullgirls.
Nice crack.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's just
Both ones.
all of the things I just haven't gotten into are just so cool. That's just on the list. Me and my friend Ben just talk about it all the time. Like we should play it, but we just never do.
Should play more.
We had a Skullgirls exhibition on Sunday.
Yeah, I was supposed to join it, but I just couldn't. For some
Oh
reason.
man,
Came up,
were you playing on PC or you playing on PlayStation?
got on PC.
Ah man, I need to get a PC.
Fucking love Skullgirls.
Hashtag sad PlayStation boys. That's awesome though. So if you were to get into Skullgirls, you said you want to play Beowulf or Big Man.
Well, okay, I got a question about Skullgirls.
Mhm.
Because you could be in a team of 3, or 2, or 1.
Yep.
Correct.
Yes,
How's it
yeah.
normally played? It's normally 3, right?
It depends. There's really no normal way to play it.
Yeah.
So
if
Basically,
you-
what happens is if you pick 3 and your opponent picks 1, the way the health bars work is your 3 characters are equal to that 1 health bar of your opponent. That's why your characters die faster.
I see.
But you have more options to trap them, grab them, all sorts of crazy shit because you have assists and they don't. But as you probably, if you watched Evo, there were 2 solos and they got pretty damn far. So it's just all about the knowledge of the game. That meteor just came out of nowhere.
I've got a
Yeah.
lot going on. I'm trying to talk, and this guy's just hurling meteors everywhere. Come on, Wipeout.
I think Skullgirls is a solid answer, and you know what? There may be some people that are interested in playing. I think it was who was it? Wasabi Man,
Sabi
right? He was
Man,
playing.
Khan,
Yep, Khan was playing.
Space
I
Dandy.
play on PlayStation a little bit.
I just like
I'd learn. Samba, are you local?
Yes.
Oh,
Golden
cool.
Bill.
Cool. Maybe I'll bring Skullgirls to like a Friday night or something like that. Who knows?
I got
I'm sure people will play.
Yet to make to one.
Tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Tomorrow's Street Fighter 5, I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Dash.
B-Man, what about you? What's a game that you've always liked, you've never put any time into, and you've always wanted to go back to?
So for me, I would say it's definitely an anime game. I have a couple, but the one I don't think I'm ever gonna really put a lot of serious time into is Blaze Blue.
Blaze Blue?
Oh,
Yeah, that game seems really fun and really
Another,
interesting, but like so complex.
another game.
And
I play.
that game just seems so wild and fun, but like it seems like a lot.
It's super fun, but it's fun because every character is so vastly different. They all feel like they're from different games in terms of meter and how fast they are and how they react to shit.
Yeah.
I know Jeremy loves it too.
Oh yeah, I know Jeremy's a OG when it comes to Blaze Blue, but yeah, I would say Blaze Blue. But I mean, I'm gonna be putting time into Melty, so I'm getting my anime fix from somewhere.
Fair enough. Next question. Fighting game moves are very, very important to the
Yes.
characters we love to play, correct? So if you were a fighting game character, which special move would you absolutely need to have in your kit? And why?
I think I would say for me, I love Bob. I'm a Tekken boy. I love Bob. I need his forward 1+2, his big belly, because God, that's such a good move. It's so good. My
Big belly
follow-up
plus on block.
plus on block.
That's the only way you got to have it.
I need belly, and my secondary would either be Ganryu's headbutt, and my third would be Kazuyu's electric.
And okay, all solid answers. But if you had to pick one, it would be the belly. It'd be the
It
belly
would be the
bump.
belly. It'd be the belly.
Okay, fair enough. Samba, what about you?
Leo flash kick.
Okay, solid
I
move.
got-
Which one? Heavier version or
I need a heavy
Sla-
Leo flash kick for every situation in my life. It can get me out or into anything I want.
Fair enough.
I
That's
don't
a
care
solid
whatever
move.
I need. It'll get me through life. It'll get me a job. It'll get me a wife. It'll do whatever I need it to.
You just gotta
I like
believe.
it.
just
If you
gotta-
believe hard enough, that flash kick will be plus. If you believe hard enough. If you've instilled enough fear, yeah.
It is true.
Only minus if you're a bitch. Just say so.
I like that. I like that. Okay. Let's see. What other questions do I have?
I got one.
All right, Vinny,
I got
take it.
Who is the most aesthetically pleasing fighting game character ever made?
Bob. B-Man's gonna say Bob.
I know
Loves
he is.
Bob.
You can say Bob for all of these questions. I'm not even gonna lie. He just fits the bill. I gotta go with Viking.
Viking?
Wait, which version of biking?
Yeah, that's a good
All
question.
of the versions, honestly.
All of them?
They all have something to offer. Accent core, the instant kills, all of her intros are so cool.
Yeah, biking is just a badass character.
They just always go all out in every iteration of her. It's really fun to see. Now, playing her is a different story. Not really my thing. But she's so cool to look at.
Yeah, biking is really sick. Just everything, like, yeah, you're right. Everything about her, like from Strive's like tether mechanic to like her like DP-esque, like, you know, like DP.
Yeah, totally.
Just a cool character. And the cannon. Can't forget the cannon.
Yeah, her dust in the air. Combos with that are so entertaining.
B-Man's in the zone right now. He's playing. He's playing a Viking.
Oh, look at that.
Got Honan in here. Quite entertaining. Alright,
Waiting
well,
on B-Man.
since
Waiting on...
since he's focused,
Sorry. Wait, sorry. It's muted.
you're fine.
most-
Oh, you're muted. I was like, he's so focused, he can't talk right now.
I can't talk. No. Okay, so my answer would be Akira from Rival Schools or in Street Fighter 5. Is that her name?
Okay.
That's her name, right?
I believe so.
I think she just has a very cool design. And I love the biker helmet and the gloves. They're sick.
Mhm.
And I just think she's really cool. So yeah, I would say Akira.
Okay. Fair enough.
So now, who's the ugliest?
The ugliest.
Ugly?
The one you look at and just you're disgusted that anytime they're on the screen. They're
Meat
just
from Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
No. You're wrong.
Why, you don't like when he rolls his head? You don't like that?
I don't like the splorch noises he makes when he walks around.
It's not called splorch, it's squelching. Okay,
You're right.
He squelches.
Excuse me.
That's so
That's just a-
disrespectful.
That's just an awful word, squelch.
Squelch. Yeah, he's a gross boy. I'm not a fan.
Okay, fair enough. You got to give it to NetherRealm for creating that character.
Yeah.
He's just so disgusting. You know.
Oh man. What about you, Sam?
How about-
I probably gotta go with Mortal Kombat 2. Gotta think of something now. They got
This is
some,
gross.
There's some ugly motherfuckers in those games.
sort of
I can think of one other ugly motherfucker in Mortal Kombat 2.
I can think of a couple. But I think she's super cool. The Devora is up there.
Oh, Devora's nasty. Can't stand her.
I think she's super cool though. We had a really good Devora player at one point.
Mm-hmm.
He had some
He is-
crazy fucking setups, dude.
She's not easy. Remember that.
She's gross though. She's very gross.
I have to think about it. I haven't watched Mortal Kombat a bit either.
GG's, Piffy. Have a good night.
See ya,
Jeez.
Pepe.
All right.
So wait, so are you going with Devora as the disgusting character that you just hate seeing on screen?
I'm not gonna go with Devora. There was somebody else, but they're just slipping my mind right now. Because there's somebody I would
You know
say
what? You know what my answer to this character was? Fucking Rufus. I fucking hate Rufus from Street Fighter
A
4.
lot of people,
Gross.
a lot of people hate Rufus.
What was my first go through? Because I was gonna say Hugo, but I love Hugo.
I know, B-Man, you probably got a special place in your heart because he's like Bob's like third cousin. But
You know what though?
I fucking hate
I agree. I don't like Rufus.
Oops, nasty.
Yeah. Well, all right. So as we're on the topic of fighting game characters that you hate, which fighting game boss do you hate the most, or is the cheapest in your opinion?
Oh, the cheapest.
In arcade mode,
Yeah, in arcade mode.
because Geese
In
and
arcade.
Tekken doesn't fucking count.
Yeah.
I would say Shao Kahn from what is it, Mortal Kombat 2? Fuck that guy. That guy sucks.
He literally says, "You suck."
Yeah, he's like shits on you while he's like taking your quarters. Like, come on.
Him and in 3, he was just a real cocksucker. I'm not gonna lie. He was terrible in 3. So I support that one. Okay. Samba, how about you?
Okay, first of all, before I lose my thought, I gotta go back to the previous question about ugliest character, and it's gotta be Joker in MK11.
What?
So dirty. I
They
like
did
the
it.
Joker. He's
They
cool.
definitely did him dirty on initial launch. Like when they first announced him,
Oh,
he
yeah.
was like handsome boy Joker.
Uh-huh.
He was like a guy that was dressing up to like go to a party, you know?
I guess that thought really never left my mind, because I didn't see him as Joker. I thought it was just a cosplayer.
Yeah. I think after launch though he looked better, more Joker-esque.
You got used to him after a while, after you see Sonic Fox win with him every single tournament.
There's a pretty good Joker player in Syracuse that plays Poseidon. Ian is pretty good.
He is cool.
Okay.
If Sonner. What was the next question you asked?
Fighting game boss that you hated the most or was the cheapest?
Oh, Nago and Strive. I still can't beat Nago and Strive. The second phase of Nago.
I tortured myself to beat that.
I spent like a whole afternoon doing it. I just gave up.
I
But
picked. I was like, I'm gonna beat it with Jacko, and it took me like 3.5 hours.
I think it was five.
You like that?
And I beat it, and then I said, I'm never doing this again.
So when I answered this question, I vehemently hated this fucking boss. And it's Jinpachi from Tekken 5. Fucking
Oh, yeah.
hated him. I was telling Vinny, like, I remember sitting up in my room. I must have been like 13 or 14. Like, trying to beat this fucker. You know what I mean? And just like getting so upset. Like, I was like, fuck this character. You know? And I'm just like, yeah, man, he's just fucking cheap. It's awful. So Jinpachi, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Dude, that was like, when we first brought that up, it was like a 20-minute conversation on why that character sucks and why he should be erased.
Yeah. Yeah. I wrote a 180-page dissertation about why that character should just not be created. Oh man. All right. I got another question. If we got time, Benny.
Oh, we got more than enough time. We're not even we still have half an hour to go.
Sick. Excuse me.
Bless you.
So, obviously, aesthetics in a fighting game are very important, right? It's part of the draw of a fighting game. It's like the initial impressions. All right, what looks good, what doesn't look good. What's your favorite art style for a fighting game?
Oh, my favorite art style.
E-Man learning.
Yeah, right, on the fly. I remember how to play this game. Man, favorite art style. I feel like I have. If you have a better answer off top, go ahead.
Accent Core. Absolutely.
Really?
The art
Okay.
that Daisuke put forward. It's like you can just look at it and study it. I don't know if you're into art, but you can just look at it for hours, just learn new things about it, and think about it. I don't know. I'm not an art. I don't know. But it's cool.
Definitely one of the cooler styles he's ever done.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Do you ever watch that guy? What the fuck's his name? He's on YouTube. He breaks down animations in fighting games,
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and he always shits on fucking NetherRealm games, which is kind of
Injustice
funny.
stuff.
Yeah, he always shits on him. He's like, oh man, these fucking key poses are awful. But like he does such a good job like talking through the art style. I just can't think of his names right now. I feel like it's like Ace, but I could be way off on that. Ace, like ACE, like Studios or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's got like a British accent or something. But he talks about like KOF 13 having like
Still one
the
of the-
pinnacle of like animations and like pants animations.
Still one of the most beautiful games ever made.
Yeah, I like that art style too.
Okay, I got it.
All right.
For me, it's Third Strike. That
Oh,
game,
okay.
that game has everything that I love about fighting games. Like aesthetically, like the music, the characters are just cool. Like the not like the hip hop, but more like the urban feel of it. Coming from New York City, like I'm like, oh yeah, Third Strike is just like the game you think about when you think of like the New York like New York City fighting games, like Chinatown Fair, all of that. Like it's just such a fantastic aesthetic. So I would say Third Strike.
So are you excited for Street Fighter 6 then? Because I feel
I
like
am.
they're getting back to that like
fucking
urban
better
like
be.
hip hop style that Third Strike brought.
Yeah, I mean, like they're trying, but I'm not too crazy about it. It feels like it almost feels like, hey, how do you do, kids? Remember Third Strike?
How do you do, fellow young people?
That's not to say that I don't appreciate that they're trying, and this game has an aesthetic, like it has a look to it. Whereas Street Fighter V on launch, it was Street Fighter in name and a couple of characters from Street Fighter. That's it. But maybe it'll get better. They'll get better with time. But I will say I appreciate that they're trying.
Yeah.
I have to
I
say,
think
E-Man, real quick, that sequence you just did was beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
They're gonna do it again.
I know Son is shitting and crying right now.
All right, Rick, what were you gonna say?
Well, speaking of Third Strike has probably one of my favorite announcers
Yes.
in all
yeah.
of fighting game history. But in your guys' opinion, who do you think or what game has the best fighting game announcer?
Oh, KI, easy.
That was
Yes.
that's it, yeah.
I love it.
Easy. Are you like, man, I don't play KI, and I kind of wish I did play more KI, but like, you're telling me after you hit an ultra and my boy hypes you up, is screams for you, you're not ready to like
Oh yeah,
fucking
dude.
pop off? Oh man, I know I would.
Motivating, yeah.
He
Yeah,
is. He makes you feel like you are a hot shit, and you just pulled off like some god tier combo. So easy, KI easy.
Okay,
You
so,
it all up, but you just kind of mashed Y for like the last 10 minutes.
Samba, what about you? Are you agreeing with KI?
I was gonna pick KI, but if I had to say something else, I guess maybe Smash. Like I don't remember the Smash guy's name, but I know he voiced Persona 5 Joker or whatever. But he's just basic. He does the job well. And he's like, yeah, he's really recognizable or whatever.
Choose your character. Dun, 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 dun,
Specifically
dun.
Ultimate.
Okay, fair enough. So here's my plug for KI here. We have a pretty strong community here in Syracuse and technically all over the world now because we got people in Peru, people in Alaska, playing people in Jersey and shit like that. So the Ultratech Sweat Set Syndicate, we play almost every fucking night. So if you're looking to play KI and learn KI, We have a pretty good crew here. All skill levels. All skill levels. Hanan is
Nice.
has joined up and is now like a pretty dangerous saber wolf.
Nice.
So it is. If you guys are ever looking to play KI, just freaking hit up the Ultratech Sweat Set Syndicate in Discord because we're always playing. And I love KI. KI is probably my favorite fighting game right now, and maybe even of all time. Because that game is just so fucking fun. So
Yeah.
About the spinal sometime.
oh yeah, pull out the Bone Boy.
If I do play, I think I'd want to play Argonos.
Aganos, yeah, big beefy boy. He's solid, man. He's a lot of the whole mechanics behind that is getting those rock chunks in him. So he's got like 4 hits of armor, and you can just blow through people. It's awesome.
He is the one that has the wall, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so like you can use one of the chunks to set up a wall. You can set up multiple walls, and like enclose your opponent in the small little thing. And if you end a combo with like a punch, he'll punch the opponent through the walls, and it'll do additional damage.
That's pretty sick.
It's fucking sick, dude. And like everything, it's music based. You know what I mean? Like the music, like blends to the combos and shit. So I just love KI.
Yeah.
KI is a fucking fun game. Cool characters. We're gonna be doing a KI 6v6 tournament in October.
Nice.
Vinny is graciously hosting us on his channel here. But
Nice.
we're gonna do a draft the Sunday before, and then the actual tournament the the Sunday after. It's gonna be awesome. Right in time for Halloween.
That is
So
very
speaking
exciting.
speaking of
Music.
oh, go ahead, Vinny.
Speaking of
Go ahead,
music, what's your favorite fighting game track ever?
Oh
Vinny.
man.
Vinny, I love that tie-in because that's where I was going.
I know.
Love that.
I know.
That was a good,
You said-
good ass transition.
You said music
Good
because of Killer Instinct, and I'm like, I know what's gonna happen next.
Boom. Here it is. Great ass transition right there.
What? What's a
You're killing me. You're killing me.
this track, man? You'll listen until the day you die.
Okay.
Oh.
This is the one.
Check my Spotify.
Fuck. Okay. I have so many. Okay. There's one I have to pick. I think it's probably Sean and Oro's theme, the Shoreman, I think it's called.
Okay. Yep.
I love that track. I love that track. It's great.
Good one.
My runner-up would be Heavy Day.
Okay.
Everything's a classic. I'm gonna go with Karma from Tekken.
Okay.
In every iteration, it goes hard. They always change it a little bit. Every time, it always gets me pumped up for whatever I'm doing. Classic
Solid.
song.
Solid. Vinny, what was your favorite fighting game song?
I have such a hard time picking this because there's so many good ones. But everyone knows I am a drum and bass and electronic music fiend. And
Hell yeah.
Electric Fountain is a fucking thing.
You know, oh
yeah.
my god, you just read my mind. Okay, so I wanted to update my answer. Actually, for like legitimately Electric Fountain. I love Electric Fountain so much.
Electric Fountain's a banger. Heat Haze is a banger.
Yes.
There's so many.
I changed my answer.
Like,
It's Electric Fountain.
and then I just like I really do like all of Guilty Gear's music. I don't think any of it is technically bad. I know there's some not as liked tracks,
Nirvana. Sorry.
but there's not one song in a Guilty Gear game that I'm like, I fucking hate this.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
all time though, like I could listen to Electric Fountain on repeat and not get bored.
Yep. Yes. Absolutely.
I gotta go Magnolia Claire.
Yeah, it's
That's my go-to.
that's,
like in
top 2 fucking Guilty Gear songs.
like in Rev, I went in training mode, always had that song on, and then when I finally pulled that song out of fishing here in Strive, that's the only song I ever put out. Magnolia Claire.
I will say, out of all the Guilty Gear music, though, the one that I do get sick of hearing the most is Happy Fucking Birthday. It's not a bad song, but man, when you hear it over and over, you're just like, can we listen to something else?
enough.
Whose theme is that?
I believe it was Rams.
Oh, okay.
Not in Strive, it was Xrd.
Oh, okay.
Strive's a totally different
Yeah.
I love Rams and Strive.
What's hers in Strive? Let me look it up.
Necessary discrepancy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
Also a sucker for pop punk, so May's new theme is actually really fucking good to me.
Okay.
Plus, I think it's the best
Par-
design she's ever had. So
Yeah. Hmm.
Ooh, that's a great transition question there. So, characters go through a lot of iterations, right? They change maybe a lot. They maybe change a little between games. What is your favorite transition of a fighting game character between games, from old to new?
we haven't answered this. Mine is, even though the game's not out yet, Chun Li in Street Fighter 6 is fucking perfect. I love it.
Lucky you've gotten to play it.
I got to play it. I did get to play it.
Oh, how was that?
It was fantastic. It was so smooth. I couldn't. It was like playing a game that's never been out before, and you're just like, holy fuck, this is great. Everything about it. It was smooth. Everything was reactive. Chun-Li has two stances, and each button does something different in both stances, and I was like, bro, this game's fucking awesome.
That's so cool. I'm
No,
very excited. I'll get in the beta.
watching Jamie go Super Saiyan is one of the coolest transformations.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm excited. Okay. I haven't seen a double KO in a while.
Holy shit.
No, I can't. I hope to God I get a code for the beta so I can bring it to Retro GameCon and everyone can try it.
All right, so Chun from Chun of Past to Chun of Six.
And then obviously May from every Guilty Gear to Strive.
Yep. Okay. How about you guys? Favorite update in character?
For me, I mean the game's not out yet, but I really like what they're doing with Jin. And it seems like they're incorporating an 8, like they're making him and Devil Jin one character, and he seems to like have control over the Devil Gene. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, that'll be kind of neat. That'll be very interesting because Jin has been the same character essentially
Yes.
from Tekken. Was he in Tekken 1? Yeah, he was in Tekken 1, right?
No, I don't think
No?
he was.
No,
No,
he came
I think it was
later.
Kazuya. I think you're thinking of Kazuya.
Man,
Coming in like 3? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it was like 3 he finally showed up.
that is so wild to me. I always assumed he was in from like Tekken 1 and 2. You're telling me he didn't show up until 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's such a staple, you wouldn't think of it.
He is like, to me, Jin is like the poster boy.
Yeah,
You know?
Man.
especially with the new Tekken anime.
Wow. Okay.
I'd also
Learn
say-
something new every day.
It's gonna sound weird, but I also think Paul is kind of a poster boy too.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah,
He's been
definitely.
around.
yeah.
He's been around forever, and that stupid haircut.
Let me just round start Death Fist every time. Love it.
I think you meant to say good haircut.
No,
Fucking awesome haircut. Let me
Guile.
get the highest.
I'm sorry, Guile does it better.
Ugh.
Guile does it better. Guile does it better.
Okay.
I don't know
all
how I
right.
feel about this statement.
Tangent question. Both of them are Americans. Who do you think would win in a fight, Guile or freaking Paul Phoenix?
I think Guile would
I
win.
think Guile would win. Like, just-
Brother shoots fireballs from his hands. Like I don't think Paul's gonna punch his way through that.
If he believes hard enough.
Maybe,
If
but
he's-
then he has to worry about flash kick.
You're only negative.
Yeah,
here,
you
bitch.
can't
True.
jump in on freedom. That's 100% accurate. You can't jump in on freedom, man.
It's not the worst haircut. I've never been a fan of it. That's all.
Understandable.
There's some way worse fucking character designs.
Okay, so Saba, you haven't answered though. What's your favorite update character? Character update.
Speaking of Tekken, I think King in Tekken 7 is a blast. He's got... Oh, man. I still don't even understand what he does. Every time I see someone play him, he's got a new throw. But the fact
King?
that Tekken move with... Yeah, King. The
Yep.
fact that Tekken move lists just are so massive. And
Yeah.
even if you're just like a button mashing new player, you can do a new move every time for like 100
Mhm.
straight matches, and you're like, I didn't know I could do that. King himself's got like 160 or so moves in second.
Something like that. Very long.
It's an essay and a half.
Mm.
Yeah.
But he's
Okay,
a
so-
blast.
So is King your answer for favorite transitional character?
Without question, he just gets better every game.
Fair enough. B-Man, did you answer? What was your answer?
Jin. Tekken 8 Jin
Oh, yeah,
specifically.
that's Oh, yeah, okay.
What about you?
I would say fucking Kai
Okay.
from
Saw that coming.
XR to Strive.
Saw that coming.
I
from
was
a mile away.
I was never a Kai player. I did not like the way Kai looked
I-
in XR and Rev. I always thought he was just kind of like a nerdy little boy, you know what I mean? As far as like, you know, king status and whatnot. But then they made him fucking cool looking in Strive. Like, I don't know. And it was just one of those times where like I was just playing with a couple of my buddies and I was like, yeah, I'll try Kai. And he was just a super fun character. He looks cool. He's got great combos. And so I'm going to say Kai. Kyle. Kyle. My name on Strive is Kyle Paparazzi.
Yeah.
That's how much
That's
I like
awesome.
the transition.
I saw the answer coming from so far away, just as far as when I see Kai run full fucking screen to grab me.
That's right. Let me just run through the 90s, baby, and come up and grab you. That's awesome.
He ain't gonna grab
That's
me,
awesome.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, full screen run. Yeah, you know I'm gonna
There's
try
no
and
way
get
he
these
does
hands
it a
on you.
sixth time.
I'm gonna try and get those hands on you. You guys ever watch that movie Monty Python and the
Oh my
Quest for the Holy
God.
Grail?
Yeah.
Mm.
You know that scene where Lancelot is like running from the woods, and the guys of the castle are like, "What the hell is that? What's going on?" And they keep going back 5 or 6 times, and he's literally just running in the same spot. And then eventually
Yeah.
he comes up and kills everybody. That's how Kai is. That's how Kai is. Vinny, I have like one final question because I know we got to wrap up on time here. One final question for the boys. So fighting game mechanics, right?
Mm.
You can love them, you can hate them. There are certain ones that are really, really good, and you think that maybe should be in every fighting game, and then there's some that are really, really bad. Can you guys give me the one fighting game mechanic that you most enjoy, and then the one you absolutely despise?
Ooh, that despise that I love.
You got one more question after this too. The classic.
Okay.
I have the same answer for both.
What is it?
I think Strive Roman cancels are a blessing and a curse.
You are not wrong.
Okay.
They're amazing when I use them, but I hate when they're used against me.
Okay.
I just don't understand why you can be plus on anything. But I'm so glad you can be plus on anything. I don't know. They're just such a mixed bag for me. I can't tell if I love them or hate them. So I gotta say the same thing for both.
Okay. So Roman cancels in Strive. Is your answer for both?
Specifically for Strive. I think
Okay.
they're fine in the other games.
Fair enough.
Hmm.
B-Man, how about you?
I say a mechanic that I love. I think Rage in Tekken is a good mechanic. I know a lot of people feel a type of way about Rage arts, but I think Rage is an interesting idea to keep like the intensity of the match going, where like the game is not over until it's over, and like having some sort of like comeback mechanic, I think adds to that tenseness of a game. So I would say I like Rage. Just like a little buff to like keep you incentivized to keep trying and to make a comeback. One that I hate. So even though I never played the game, I think X Factor seems very silly. I think X Factor
Wow,
is
okay.
very, very silly.
Okay.
Because you put Phoenix as your anchor, and then you hit that Rage art, not the Rage art, the X Factor, and then Dark Phoenix. GG. Check my hand.
You're not wrong.
Okay.
It's a classic right there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? All three of those answers are like answers I expected people to say when I asked that question. You know what I mean? Because like definitely X Factor. Like people are like either you love it or hate it. You know what I mean? And what I think is cool about X Factor is the fact that you can pop it with all three characters, and it just won't last as long. But if you get down to that final character, and if you are a character like Phoenix or like Virgil, right? You know it's just, or like Wesker, it's just like, all right, yeah, every character's about to die. Everybody's getting one. You know what I mean? You know what? And Samba, I agree with you. I like Roman cancels, specifically in like Rev 2 and like Xrd. Strive, I feel like initially it kind of like seemed limiting, but like the fact that you had like the 3 different ones in Xrd, like that was always really cool to me. And like the tension meter, how like you basically everybody started the same. There wasn't no like extra meter between rounds. You had no meter. You had to build it up. So like I guess Roman cancels would be pretty cool, but I think my favorite would be like the tension meter in Xrd. The fact that you were rewarded for being more aggressive in a match versus being more defensive. And like if you tried to like back up or block more or whatever, you got a penalty. And that's something I always thought was really, really cool.
I love when that's implemented in games.
Yeah.
Rewarding aggressive play is always something entertaining.
Yeah, it's that risk reward, right? You could be more aggressive, but you open yourself up to more. So, but I also think the rage mechanic is pretty sick though too, because you know the applications that you could have. You could like literally just like let rage rip, and you know take 40% or whatever, or you could do a rage art and what's the rage shift? What the fuck? What's the other one? The blue one?
Rage drive.
Rage drive. Yeah, you could use that as a rage drive and continue your combo. So that's kind of neat too.
I also have alternative answers that just came to mind. If we have time for that.
Yeah, time.
Yeah.
So another mechanic that I really really like the concept of is what's the name of the guard break in KI?
Oh, combo breaker?
Yes, combo breaker I think is so fucking cool. It's just a really neat mechanic, and a mechanic that I think is very silly is danger time.
Oh, dude, don't you go there. Danger time's like one of the most fun bullshit things ever made.
It is, but it's so stupid.
Like, the minute it happens, everybody in the room just goes, "Oh shit, here we go."
Yeah.
Who's gonna press more buttons?
Counter.
Dust in the dust.
Just think it's so dumb because it's like I think it's dumb because of the randomness.
That is true. I'll give you that.
But I just think in the concept of like competitiveness, having this super random high damage moment that lasts for 10 seconds that can swing the match drastically is very silly.
Yeah, but you know what? It's hype as fuck. When literally
It's
two weapons come clashing together, it's like 3, 2, 1, and it's like, oh shit, here we go.
Like as a spectator, sick. As a competitor, I'd be fucking pissed. Like I'm about to close out a round. Oh, I got the download on my opponent. They're gonna do X, Y, and Z, and then boom, danger time. I'm like, oh no.
Man, it's danger time. 3, 2, 1, counter.
I love that
counter.
It totally shows what it's gonna be. Yep, it's danger time. That is what it is.
True. Yeah.
I can't think of a better name for it.
Danger time is just 10 seconds to strive.
I cannot.
Okay.
I cannot wait till rollback hits.
Oh, dude, I'm so excited.
Hits Xrd. It's gonna be great.
I can't believe they actually added it. I never thought it'd happen.
I was shocked.
I'll be playing it.
I don't think it's gonna have as a negative of an impact on Strive as everybody thinks it is. because the player base that bitches about Strive will finally leave, and people that actually want to play the game will get to play the game.
More.
And everyone will go back to Xrd, and 90% of people that go back are going to bitch about how many mechanics there were that they forgot about. Because there's literally 5,000 fucking mechanics.
You know what's going to happen is people are going to go back to Xrd, and like Elfelt is going to be a character.
Yep.
And people are just going to get upset.
And everyone's going to remember, Elfelt, Johnny, Leo, get annoyed by how Jacko used to work.
Let's take out the townspeople.
Hey, Leo's hardly top
Fuck 'em.
20, I'm just saying.
Take them out.
But you won't be able to bitch about Potemkin anymore, because he sucked in that game.
Yeah, he did.
Potemkin was just a little guy in that game, all right? He was a little guy. He looked small. He wasn't as big as his Strive counterpart.
He's just a little guy.
You'll bitch
He's
about
just a little
Soul.
guy.
You complain about Soul. I'm ready for it. I can't wait for Twitter, man. It's going to be great.
Why is Pot so small? Why'd they make him so small in
That's Gay's vision.
Yeah.
He just wasn't at his true potential.
Yeah.
It's true.
He wasn't Super Saiyan yet.
Yeah.
Makes
And then
sense.
they made him a beefy boy in Strive that can just control the whole screen.
You'd love to see it.
But, all right, so the last question, the question that I ask everyone because I enjoy these answers. What is your dream fighting game? Like, dream meaning this game, there's 99.9% chance this game will never come out, but if it does, you will absolutely lose your shit, and you will make it known that this game's coming to locals, and everyone has to deal with it.
Ooh, okay. I got it.
Uh,
Tekken versus Virtual Fighter.
Good.
Wow, okay.
Now,
I think. Go ahead.
Follow-up question. Would it play more like Tekken, or would it play more like Virtual Fighter? Because they are very different.
Yes, I think it would play more like Tekken, and the VF characters would still have VF things, but they would have like the 3D movement, but like play like in like a pseudo like Tekken VF amalgamation. I think that'd just be so cool. I think that'd be so fucking cool.
Man, if that game ever came out, Gatekeeper Steve would lose his
Dude,
shit.
he'd lose his shit.
He would lose his shit because he loves Virtual Fighter, and then he also loves Tekken. He would lose his shit.
He'd go nuts.
Great answer. Great answer.
So
Sama, what about you?
I know me and Gumdolph have talked about how good that new JoJo game is. Well, I guess that's not a new game, but it's so fun.
So good. Too bad the online sucks.
It's such a shame. But I want that. I want a JoJo game and a fighters game. I want a JoJo
In
fighters.
fighters format?
Yes.
Ooh.
I
Be
think
pretty
that'd go
sick.
ridiculous.
So like a 3v3?
A 3v3 with all the assists and stuff. A team fighter? Just with all the...
Be crazy.
I used to be a huge JoJo fan. I think the younger geek in me would just totally freak out.
I have to be that guy, though. Arc System Works has to make it.
Absolutely. No, there's
I'm
no doubt
sorry.
about it.
But, like, in the last 10 years of how excellent that company is, if there's an anime game and it's not an Arc Sys game, I honestly don't want shit to do with it. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work.
Arxis is just top tier as far as animation.
Thankfully, JoJo is an old game and it had a new twist put on it, and it's a fantastic game, and you should try it when you can because it is a good game.
I love it.
It's definitely just fan service, I will say that. But
it is good fan
it's
service.
good fan service. It's not like that's not like that fan service where like let's just shove big anime titty women in a game and everyone's like, yeah, it's great. It's this is JoJo and JoJo alone, and fucking deal with it, and everyone's like, we love this. I love it.
It is definitely the definitive JoJo game.
It is. It's insane. Not knocking the old Capcom game because that game was fantastic too, but
I gotta give that a shot.
That game's hard as fuck though,
it is.
from
It's
what I've heard.
frustrating. There's like
About-
2 good characters.
Gotta love Pet Shop.
Dude, he's banned. Was banned at every tournament. They banned him. They're like, that shit's banned. You can't even hit that character.
Yeah, Pet Shop. Oh my god. What a
Thankfully,
character.
in the one that just came out, they kind of fixed the hitbox. So
Nice.
Kinda. Yeah.
you can still whiff a couple things where you're like, what? But
Man,
so
awesome.
good ass answers, gentlemen. Thank you.
Great answers. We filled up an hour and then some with just the
Yeah.
two of you.
Love to hear it.
Nice.
Great discussions. Great discussions.
One more quick one, just because I like this. So what do you want to see added to Street Fighter 6?
I need Hugo.
Hugo?
No
Gone.
Hugo, no buy.
But like good.
I don't even care if he's good or not. I just need him in there. It's such a. I never got into 5 because he wasn't in it. Just such
That's fair.
a Hugo purist.
I think he looked crazy. He looked ugly. He'd be ugly. I'm not gonna lie.
I sure hope so. He
Like,
better be.
God, the RE engine would make that shit look ugly. You're teabagging on this. Oh my god.
If he doesn't make me gag, I don't want him. But
B-Man, you're toxic. Stop.
Maybe he needs to learn.
Come on, come over here. I'm gonna grab you. I'm just gonna keep whiffing grab and slap you. Jesus Christ. Alright. We'll let this match rock out and we'll sign off.
Thanks for having
thank
us.
you guys. I know it was kind of a lot of more of a last minute thing than usually I do, but I appreciate you both being able to make it on.
Yeah, thank you for having us. This was a lot of fun.
So for future, for these, there's a few more sets of people that are going to come on, and then I've been given a ton of suggestions to do, so we're going to start mixing it up. What's up, Mordred? I see you in chat.
Piggy Gamers Unite.
So a couple groups, you know, Mordred and Yanni and Sage and Clunko. But I've been given so many suggestions. I have a list that I'm going to run down with a couple people, especially Rick. And we will be bringing people back again soon for a different round of different talk.
Community roundtable, the redos,
Let's go.
the remasters.
Just
Everything's a remaster nowadays.
But as Rick said, we will be doing a 6v6 KI team tournament coming up at the end of October. But as for this Sunday, because I can't make it to Uproar, we will actually be doing an online bracket for Killer Instinct instead.
What? There's so many KI players.
Last time I checked, we were up to 10. So
Awesome.
if you play Killer Instinct and you like free tournaments and you want to have a good time, you should fucking play.
And you enjoy Wild Paparazzi putting up a prize,
That too.
you should play. I'm gonna put up a prize. I haven't decided what it's gonna be yet, but I want to do it for the boys, for the old Tech Sweat Set Syndicate.
Then deep into the future, some people didn't catch it. I will be doing 2 Christmas online bracket tournaments with prizes, including actual money. So stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
We'll be doing.
Okay.
We usually do an annual Christmas Guilty Gear tournament, but this year we're gonna do Guilty Gear and Killer Instinct.
Woo!
So
Nice.
and I will personally be putting up the $50 pop bonuses for both, and then people can add whatever they want to it. I don't care. There'll be
It's a Christmas miracle.
there will be a match at Reno. There'll be a couple other things. So yeah.
Let's get sweaty, boys. Let's go.
So again, this coming Sunday, not exhibitions, actual bracket. I keep talking because I'm enjoying watching B-Man just grab this man.
Let me get these fingers. Let me get these fingers on you.
There it is again. Scoopity scoop scoop.
Get scooped.
And yeah, and then future reference, next weekend we're at Retro Game Con, so there will be nothing going on that weekend here.
Oh yes, that is right. That is right.
We have Tekken, we have DNF, we have Turtles, we have Smash Brothers. I think there's Rocket
Damn.
League going on. There's a ton of shit.
If
E-Man-
Jack shows up, there will be some Grand
Oh,
Blue
dude,
versus.
if Jack shows up, you're never gonna hear the end of it.
I went to a Mortal Kombat tournament, and Jack showed up and was like, you know what? We're going to play some Grand Blue Versus. So respect to Saiyan Mario, Sovereign, whatever his name is now. He's just trying to hold that game alive.
He'll always be
They
a
someone's
Mario.
gotta-
Shout out to him. I know his back hurts.
They put the team on his back. They ripped his sign and everything.
Oh, dude.
He is the Grand Blue Versus representative. He's the Grand Blue Versus representative. Even the company has dropped everything. He's just holding the team up. Also, if you're interested in Grand Blue Versus, it's free on PlayStation this month. So you have no reason not to try it. If you like Guilty Gear at the very least, if you like XR, if you like whatever, you should try out Grand Blue Versus because you probably like this one. So
True.
there's my plug for fucking Sovereign. You can't even say I never did nothing for him.
Fair
There you go.
And again, thank you to Junk Food Custom Arcades, Kenyon with Syracuse Sucker Punch, and Microgame, as they're always awesome. We have one more life bar to go, and then this match is over. So, anybody like to plug anything in the next 10 seconds?
B-Man Samba, floor is yours.
Oh, I'm trying to style on this dude right now.
Wait, say that again. Let me hear it.
Twitch.tv/Schwingle Live. SHWINGLE. Me and my friends play on there like maybe at least once a week. Pull up and
Okay.
see some, I don't know, silly stuff. Got a
What
bunch
kind of stuff do you guys play?
variety, anything. Could be fighters, could be, I don't know, occasional MOBA. Something silly, some Jackbox, whatever. Some guys having a good time.
I'd like to see it. So twitch.tv/Schwingle.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh,
Schwingle?
no! Kill him! Kill him! Yeah!
Schwingle TV.
Schwingle Live.
Schwingle Live. Okay, check them out if you like variety. It's the variety hour over there. B-Man,
Yeah,
what you got?
Listen, baby. You know we're here. We're upstate. Attack from all sides. We're every Friday. We're here at Micro Game. We're gaming. We're playing variety of games. Yeah, come check out what Syracuse has to offer. We're very welcoming. We're playing a bunch of games on rotation. You just saw me beat up the TO. I think that means now I own Attack from All Sides, so I am now the master of Attack from All Sides. I think that's how that works.
Disclaimer, I have no decision in that.
I do. It's me. It's
wait,
mine
hold
now.
on a second. Isn't Attack from All Sides supposed to be playing Buffalo at some point? When was that going down?
Yes. So unfortunately, COVID won that 5v5.
Oh man, COVID. Always
So
the five-time
we
champ.
have, unfortunately, so we have pushed that off to, I want to say November, but nothing's nothing's written in stone just yet. But that is still happening. That's the thing that's going to happen. But yeah, we are just waiting to recover, and then we're gonna start that talk again. But the 5v5 between Syracuse and Buffalo and Tekken is still happening at some point.
So if you're looking to see the best of what Syracuse has to offer in Tekken versus the best that Syracuse or Buffalo has to offer in Tekken, please be sure to check out Attack from All Sides. That'll be rescheduled at some point in November, hopefully in time for Thanksgiving, because we
Yes.
all need to be thankful for more Tekken.
Also, one more thing, Attack from All Sides does have merch. We got merch now.
Ooh,
We
look
have
at this
fancy
man
new shirts.
plugging Attack from All Sides merch.
I'll drop the link in chat. Hopefully, Muba doesn't shoot me.
No, shit,
We got sick ass shirts. We got beanies. They're
What you
pretty
guys
cool.
got beanies?
We got beanies.
Oh,
I bought the alt logo. I think that one's the best one. But we got cups too. We got
Wait,
it all, baby.
cups? You guys got
We
cups?
got mugs. We got tumblers.
Oh, man,
It's pretty
listen,
sweet.
the weather's getting chilly out there. If you're looking for a cool ass beanie to support Syracuse Attack from All Sides, check out the merch. Check out the merch. Don't want to
Yeah.
catch cold. Avoid COVID. Buy a
Yeah.
beanie.
All the money is gonna go back into the tournament. Just, the equipment, stream, all that.
Sick.
Onan
Awesome.
says,
Vinny.
sounds like we need KI merch.
Oh, you need some Ultra Tech Sweat Set Syndicate merch?
I could buy a tracksuit like that.
Listen, the first thing I'm gonna put out is fucking Ultra Tech Sweat Set Syndicate deodorants. That's what I'm putting out because we get real sweaty. We're getting real sweaty. We need antiperspirants. It's gonna be sponsored antiperspirants.
How
and
else am I
maybe-
supposed to win if I don't stink?
I gotta say, good luck getting fails, bro.
Bro, that whole the fuck, man, Punk, fucking Christ, that whole thing that happened
Yeah.
over the weekend.
Wild,
Oh
wild.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Fucking Punk, man. Leave it to Punk.
That fucking guy. That fucking guy. I'm not gonna say anything negative about him, but
Conan-
man, that fucking guy.
All I can say to that statement is, stay tuned. I'm not spoiling it for everyone. You're gonna have to wait like everyone else.
Ooh.
More to come.
So
Excuse me.
working on stuff.
Well, Vinny, I've said all I need to say. Thank you
Uh,
again, B-Man and Samba, for joining.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Like I said, expect another invite possibly soon.
Yeah, I'm always down.
I've been
The
shot.
remaster.
I've been shot a ton of ideas, and I like most of them. So,
Cool.
Hell yeah.
shout outs to Kenjamin for the ideas. That man is a lifesaver.
Awesome.
Sorry, Wasabi Man jumped in and he plays Milia, so I'm watching Milia and Leo go at it right now.
Oh, we had any Milias. That's cool.
Technically, he's from Peru, so
Oh, I
this
guess
is
we
a
don't.
display of how good the netcode is.
There you go.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
We do have Amelia though. Clunko from Rome plays Amelia.
So does
And it is a pain in the ass, and so does Steve.
God tier Steve. Well, he used to play. Former Amelia player. Now he plays Happy Chaos like a degen.
Ugh.
We don't like people like that.
Hey,
Like
you
a
gotta win,
degen.
you gotta win.
Jen. Run and gun. Alright, as soon as this match ends, we will be out of here. It's a pretty good one so far. Now tied.
Awesome. Well, while that match is finished up, shout outs again to the sponsors, Junk Food Custom Arcades, Syracuse Sucker Punch, and Micro Game Play and Trade. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Amelia,
So,
it hurts your brain? I mean, I used to play her. I could teach you some stuff if you need to. I remember most of her bullshit. Her problem is she's such a glass cannon that the minute you get touched, you fucking lose.
she explodes.
Knock him down, throw the disc. Wins for you.
There you go.
Disc, throw the onion rings. Don't be afraid.
You want to
throw the
learn?
onion
You want to learn
rings.
Milia in 15 seconds? Knock him down, throw the disc, rinse, repeat. There it is.
That's it. There you go.
Hit him
Oh,
with the
no.
moon every once in a while. Alright, Wasabi Man takes it. Alrighty, everybody. Thank you again, guys, for coming on. Thank you
Yep,
again,
it
Rick,
was a pleasure.
for co-hosting.
Of course.
And in the great words of the great Kenyon, I would say, good night and good luck.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll see ya.
Bye.